Hey, it's Editing Radz here. I forgot to mention this in the video, but I did change my skin to a different one because I'm starting to like this one a little bit more. So I might just change it to my new skin. So what do you guys think of it? I don't know. I might keep it this way for a while, but I don't know. If you guys want my old skin back, I'll bring it back. So yeah, enjoy the video. Bye. Hey everyone, welcome to Radz Lore Update 5. We got quite a bit of stuff to talk about. So first off, I'd like to complain about the newest episode. Why are you here?
Yeah, I just didn't like it.
Yeah, well, tough luck. It's not your episode now, is it?
You see, that's the problem. I didn't get enough screen time, and I also didn't like the ending.
Yo, I don't know how you're here right now, but you need to go. So you shouldn't be here, but you are. So just leave. Go. Go right now. Go.
Or what? What are you gonna do?
Buddy forgot who's in charge. But hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Radz Lore Update 5. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but it's also been a while since I've done a Radz Lore episode, and I've seen the analytics. Thank you guys a lot. You know, I'll be getting into the thank you in a little bit, but yeah. So you know, it's been a while. It's, I mean, I don't even know where to start. There's a lot to cover since this recent episode was like my second most longest video I've made since Tungsten episode 8, which is like only like 5 minutes longer, by the way. Anyways, yeah, no, I'm still here in this box for some reason. I've updated these guys right here with little emotions. I'll add more of them. We'll get into them in a little bit. Huh? Was that wall over there? Huh? You know, I could remember. I was able to look over this, but now I can't. I don't know why. Weird. But it doesn't matter. Also, yeah, my name tag is still glitching with the shaders for some reason. I also did get new shaders, complimentary reimagined. I'll get into why I have them later. But no, there's a lot to cover in this episode, so I'm gonna try and edit differently, try to get more engaging. I'll even try to add music in. So yeah, and yeah, no, it's quick. So before we start anything, I like to promote right now the Radz Lore finale quiz. I made a post about it. I've even updated the comment. However, I haven't made a full video about it yet. Basically, this video, but basically this quiz is a pretty short quiz. You just have to take a few questions about Radz Lore. I mean, you don't have to, of course, but you just have a few questions asking about your opinions and what you would like to see on Radz Lore. It's all helpful. I've gotten like I think 2 submissions so far. One of them didn't really help that much, and one of them did. So, I mean, once there's also a question error in there. So, if you ask questions about it, I'll answer it because I want to clear up any confusion. So, if you want to ever ask anything about Radz Lore, check out the episode or the quiz. So, if you want to go check out that quiz and take it, and you want to help make the next arc for Radz Lore, then I'll link it in the description, and I'll also put it in the comments just in case. So, yeah, but please check it out. It will help a lot if more people take it, and I'd like to see more people take it in general. So, yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, let's go. Before we start again, I like to say a huge thank you to everybody. It has been like I think like when I'm recording this, it's been like what 3 days, 3 days. Get it? Okay. Yeah, it's been 3 days, and I've gotten 3.2K views, which is a lot to have in 3 days. It's like an average, and I like to thank you guys. Like, I don't want to sound cocky when I say this, but I sort of expected this, but not really. I did expect it to get views since usually my Radz Lore videos do pretty well, better than the ones you're seeing now. However, I did not expect it to actually be like get this much views in this amount of time. I mean, what I'm looking at it now, Parallax has 4,000 views, and it's been like I don't know, it's been a couple months, so this one might overtake Parallax, which is kind of crazy. I'm also at like 380 subscribers right now, which is a lot. I think I had like 224. I'm not sure. I think I had like 200 or so. I'm not really remembering, but 380 is a lot. We are now past a quarter of the way to 1,000 subscribers, which is crazy to say. A quarter of 1,000 subscribers. That's actually insane. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it so much. Even though I don't sound too excited about it, I am excited. I'm really happy. I suck at expressing my emotions. So thank you guys a lot. It honestly means a lot to see so many people enjoy Radz Lore and see so many people see what this series is going to bring. And I mean, this is the last episode of the arc I was explaining, and we're going to get into the future now. So, of course, these videos, I don't know how long this one's going to be. It's going to be pretty long, so I'm going to try and get past some things as quick as I can. But in case there's like a topic you want to skip or head to, there's going to be timestamps at the bottom, so just skip to whatever part you want to see, and yeah, just do that. Or you can watch the full video. I appreciate it either way. Hello, and welcome to the intermission, or update room, or I don't know what to call this yet, but yeah, no, I edited this after the video because there is some stuff that I forgot to mention, and I want to mention, so Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put this in right after I specify the big thank you. So yeah. Oh yeah, and also I have a plushie in our Radz right here that I made. He's not real, sorry, but he's there. So cool. But seriously, I don't think I went into enough detail about how much I appreciate the amount of support I've gotten. I think this video, when I'm recording this now, I mean, I literally recorded the video you're seeing now like a day ago when you're seeing this. So I only had like 400 subscribers. Now I'm like close to hitting 500, which is crazy because before all of this, I was like not even at 250, and I was like a quarter of the way to 1,000 subscribers. But now I feel like by the time you see this, I might already be at 500. I don't know, but I might be halfway to 1,000 by the time you see this, and that's actually so crazy. I can't thank you guys enough for it. It honestly means so much to me, and I mean, I don't know. I want to do something special for 500 subscribers, but I literally do not know. I mean, I don't want to do anything crazy, but I'm not sure what to do yet. So I didn't plan for it to happen so soon. So sorry if it takes a while for me to do something special for when I do hit 500, which I hopefully do. I mean, I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but that's what it looks like it's gonna happen. So. No, we'll just hope I'll just hope for the best. But I also noticed like how much more people are really starting to like this. I mean, I said before, this one already has like double the amount of likes as my last one, and that's just, again, it's crazy, but I'm not sure really what to do. And I think I've also noticed like a very small community I've been growing around Radz Lore, and I think I might have accidentally developed a partially wholesome community, which is something that is like, if you know this channel, it's something that's crazy to think about. I mean, if you're new and you're just watching this video and haven't seen other videos besides Radz Lore, then probably just stick to Radz Lore, right? And I think that's probably because I did put a bunch of wholesome moments inside of Radz Lore, the newest episode, and I think that's why people like think it might be wholesome too. So it is wholesome, by the way. I mean, it's literally just a series, but in Minecraft. So take it that way. However, my other videos are very different. So I mean, the only series I'll ever recommend you guys watch, that if you've only watched Radz Lore and you like Radz Lore, the only other series I'll recommend you watch is maybe Tungsten SMP, because I mean, that one's a great series. I think it's personally, I mean, there's some wholesome moments in there too, you know, but it's nothing like Radz Lore on my channel. Nothing else besides Radz Lore. I mean, hey, it's cool. And if you haven't seen the other episodes, I also recommend you go do that. So yeah. Hey, I'll be back if I need to mention anything else, but yeah. One last thing before I go, the quiz. I will also be doing the quiz in this room also, because I did say I would be making a different video once the quiz is over, so it will be. Once it's over, I'll be doing another video in this room because I like this room. There might be a little more stuff, but yeah, I don't know with that guy too. So yeah. But anyway, thank you guys a lot. See ya. Enjoy the rest of the video unless I'm back. Bye. Anyway, so let's talk about this recent episode. So of course, this episode took a long time. As you can tell, it took 3 months, which is about the wait between Dead Floors and Corrupted Storms, which that time I could have gotten it done. I was just lazy. But this time, kind of the same story. I spent a month doing nothing. Well, I did build some buildings and make some scriptings, but I didn't really lock in until like the end of June, when I realized, oh wait, Radz Lore's anniversary is coming up on July 16th. And I'm like, how peak would it be if I released that episode on the anniversary? And I did it. I really locked in, and honestly, I did it really well, honestly. But to be honest, like, this episode took a long time to do. When I say these episodes, the scripting takes a long time, I mean it, because literally the scripting took 90% of the time I had in the last 3 months. I spent like, I think 3 weeks in total voice acting, filming, editing, and everything. Scripting took the months, and I don't know why, but it took 2 to 3 weeks to do voice acting and editing and recording. And I mean, I guess if you want to squeeze in building in too, but dude, I'm not even kidding. It took so long to script this episode, mainly because, like, on average, I script about maybe 12 pages, mainly because one page equaling one scene, and those scenes can go up to like 12 to 13 scripts. And basically, that's what I do. This one had 65, which is like an insane amount of jump, but most of them were little scripts because of like the quick scenes that happened in Radz Lore, you know, the little action ones. So I want to like give a warning from here on out that there will be spoilers. You shouldn't even be watching this video if you haven't watched the last one, or any Radz Lore for that matter. So go check it out right now. I'll leave it in the top screen right there. But yeah, go check it out. It's really good. A lot of people say that, not my words. So yeah, thank you. Anyway, spoilers from here on out. I took a lot of strategies when it came to making this video. Usually I like to, script and write and do all that stuff. But I made a different page where I like planned what was going to happen, and I basically wrote it down. And this would have been great if it was like, any other episode where if I wrote down like Parallax, for example. Okay, Wild Radz, W-Bit Radz and Inner Radz go to the CMD tower and get laser powers. I could write that down as one part and just make a whole list of what's supposed to happen. And then I'd go into detail by going into those scripts and writing the dialogue and all that. If I did that for any other episode, this episode would have been done quickly. However, due to the fact that there are so many little scripting things, I had to write down so much of those 65 scripts. So, I don't know, that's crazy. And also, I do this thing where I tease an episode every time I make a Radz Lore episode. This one was a little different. I did do the little one. I had a community post a couple months ago. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, 3 months ago, I made a community post saying how much I made it and how much what was happening. I said it would take until like early June for it to post, but it took way longer, mainly because I just was not locking in. But now with the new strategies I have, I think the next one can probably come out in, well, I won't say yet. But as you can see, there's a bunch of Morse code, which I'm really lazy. I don't want to do this, so I'm going to have Editing Radz do it again. So thank you, Editing Radz. Hey, Editing Radz here again. Now, usually I would get mad at my past self for being a lazy bitch, but this time I'll forgive him. As you can see, the little ones and zeros are binary, and once you translate it, it translates to the keyword the outer. And basically, if you don't know, it's from the visionary. I do not know how to pronounce it, but this kind of cipher. And I don't really know. I don't want to explain it since it's kind of complicated, but you basically just shift the letters inside of there until you get the word. The top one is Barry's army, I believe, and the bottom one is the conscripts will return. So obviously this was, hinting at the fact that there was going to be a battle within the episode, both with Barry's new army and the conscripts returning. So yeah. Enjoy the rest of the episode. Bye. Or video. But no, I think the translations were the conscripts will return, and Mr. Bear and Barry's army, which obviously that teased it pretty well. And there's just also the slight teaser of where I made a post saying like only OGs know who this is, and it was a photo of a friend I had in Tungsten SMB called Jeffrey. I had like two of them. One was a starfish named Henry, and one was Jeffrey. So I don't know, but if you clicked into the full screen, you could see in the background that there was the village a little bit, and some of it was on fire, which I don't know if anyone noticed that, but I did that intentionally. So if you clicked on the full image, you could see the village slightly on fire, which was a little bit of a tease, but nothing too serious. I like to make little codes, so if anyone wants to solve them next time I make the next one, then go ahead. I also do little teasers of like the next maps and scenes that happen. I did that too. Of course, you should check out my community post. I do post a lot on there, more than normal people. So, I don't know. Check them out if you ever want to see more of those. So, yeah. Anyways, let's talk about some of the assets I used. Now, this is my first episode where I actually full-on used assets. And how I got them was I joined the BBS Discord server, which has like a bunch of free assets you can use. And I gave credit to each and every one of them at the end. However, I might have missed one or two. I'm not sure. But if I did, I'm sorry. But, I did use some of them, but I also did make some myself. The only asset I made in Parallax was the laser beam, which was a little bit weird. It didn't look that good, but if you watch this episode, oh wow, it upgraded a lot, mainly because of the the AA add-on mod, where like it adds add-ons of effects, which is pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't always look the same, but it looked really cool. It made the episode look cool. That lighting effect and the little laser beam effect, that was all AA add-ons. And however, the assets I made were the top hat and another one. So let's start with Mr. Barry. This one, he has a new outfit, and as you can see, he has a top hat too, which you might be thinking, that's just a top hat. You could have just used that from another mod and added on to him. Well, no, there's a special thing about Mr. Barry, and that's because, well, he's a skeleton. In a way, his skin is supposed to be see-through underneath. You can tell because he's supposed to represent this. Hold on, I have one over here. He's supposed to represent a skeleton like this. You know what I mean? Except he's more cracked. And because you can see underneath him, it also could see the top hat, meaning it was just a solid piece, meaning the little line you see on the top hat, it was see-through. So I had to make each and every wall shaped to the head so you can look underneath the head and wouldn't see the top hat. It was insane. I had to make this top hat from scratch, and it took like a day. of course. But besides this wasn't the only asset I made. I think I also made the crossbow asset and the animation, I guess. Oh, I made this chainsaw. I don't know if I ever mentioned this in another video, but I made this chainsaw that I didn't use. I wanted to use it, but this is the first asset I made. I wanted to use it, but I didn't know where to use it. I don't think they would just have random chainsaws. So I don't know. Maybe in the next episode I'll use it. I'll find a way. I did also make this trident in a way, a little upgraded version of the trident, which is pretty cool. Also, it didn't take that as long. Which I know that one wasn't as hard, but there was one that I did spend a lot of time on that only got like 10 seconds of screen time, not even like 4 seconds. And I'll give you 3 seconds to guess which one it was. 3, 2. It was Anon. It was Anon. As you can see, this one was an actual outfit. It was a sort of callback to Dead Floors when he PTSD, except that time it was a photo. This time I actually made the outfit, which, as you can see, it's actually very well modeled and pretty accurate if you watch Tungsten SMP, which you should. Obviously, I used Darlis skin for this. Of course, it's a little darkened because of Anon. But if you looked at the episode, it was a solid photo where it didn't move at all, and you can only see this part. But if you look side to side, it's really accurate. I want you to know that I actually spent time modeling this. I took multiple photos into the old version of the mod pack that we used for Tungsten SMP. I took photos, I went to Blockbench, I edited it, and I modeled it to the best of accuracy, and I made this. As you can see, this is like an actual model. This is the right arm. This is a non-chest, this is a non-leg. I had to basically just put this onto each piece, and it ended up being accurate. And then there's a non-mask. It's black. If you wonder why it's black and blue, it's because, like, hold on. It's because the blue part makes it, like, highlight. Of course, you can't see the inside of it, but as you can see, this is accurate. I spent time modeling this, man. It took a long time. I don't know if I could show that. Yeah. But no, that took a long time, so you know damn well that there's going to be another scene with Anon someday. I don't know when, but someday there will be another one. But speaking of assets, there was a whole new bundle of assets I used, which were, I guess you could say, the gore ones. And hold on, I have a list. Again, I'm going to censor this just in case. But as you can see here, I don't know why this one's here, but as you can see, some of this is actual gore. I mean, not too intense, of course, but I did use some of this for the Radz Lore, and I mean, it was my first time trying it. Originally, the one scene where he, like, Tungsten Radz pierces through the chest of another guy, I was going to use, like, a Minecraft heart for that, like a little pixelated one, but I didn't, because I joined the BBS server just to see how it is, and wow, there is this whole absolute gem. Like, I'm not even kidding, this is insane. And it helped a lot making this episode. It made it more, like, I guess, I wouldn't say dark, because I wanted this episode to be way darker, but I think I'm going to save that for another episode. And I don't know, it changed a lot. So, I mean, I did hold back on some of the gore scenes, though, for, like, certain reasons, mainly because of YouTube's policies. It was pixelated gore, but nonetheless, it's still gore. And, I mean, I don't know how well YouTube takes it. So, I mean, I held back a little bit on it. I mean, there's going to be a scene where, like, he, like, rips out... I can't even say it's so graphic. YouTube might get me just for saying it. I held back because I didn't know how the policies would go down, and I didn't want them to take it down. So I think YouTube doesn't have a problem with it. It's fine, so that's good. And yeah, no, that's good. So I want to talk about Leader Radz. I don't know, in the new one he did get a new staff. In the new one he did get a staff, which is enchanted, which looks pretty cool. And I also want to know that I've been waiting to give him an enchanted staff since, like, Corrupted Storms. Because, fun fact, I don't design the characters first, I design them last. So, when I first made Leader Radz, I didn't even think of the staff. I thought of that when I was making him, like, oh, what if he had a staff? Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, I guess it was cool, because I did add a staff. And I actually made it pretty important in the next one. But I've been waiting since then, like 6 months, to give him an enchanted lightning staff. Uh-oh. There you go, I think that's how it did. So, nice. Anywho, yeah, no, pretty cool guy. I've been waiting a while, so. Also, there's another teaser, which I don't know if anyone noticed this. A few months ago, I had a little troll teaser on April 1st. It was basically just a fake teaser trailer for this Radz Lore episode, and it had Rad's speech there. But if you didn't notice, in the same episode, when he was, like, talking to the entire world, I did use the same exact speech, or I used some of the similar speech. So that kind of was also a teaser to this newest episode.
As the world around me changes more and more each day, It's made me very aware of how much more real they're getting. However, now as the world evolves more and more each day, I've noticed how much more real we are all getting. So naturally, when something uprises, you have to fight back. Barry is starting an uprising. So naturally, when something uprises, you have to fight back.
Some of that was also teased, and also the name, which was called Beam of Death .avi, and Beam of Death. If you've seen the ending, Beam of Death, does that ring any bell? I could spoil it. I gave a spoiler warning. He shot a beam at the village, so yeah, that was sort of a teaser too. If you did, and most people didn't even realize that it was a troll, but it was also a teaser in a way. So I kind of played that off pretty well. I don't know if anyone noticed, but back to Anon. Originally in the scene where he was like taunting him or something, taunting to him, I was originally gonna ask Darly, which was the guy who technically played Anon in Tungsten SMP. I was gonna. Ooh, that was not. Whoa. But there's two reasons why I didn't ask Darly. One was because, well, Anon doesn't actually talk in the Radz, in Tungsten SMP. He doesn't really talk. He just uses signs, which, I mean, I guess is a little more convenient. And two, because I'm shy. I was too shy to ask him. I was like, I don't want to ask him because he's going to, I'm pretty sure like all my friends said they would be fine with doing voice acting or doing anything for Radz Lore. But I was just too nervous to ask, so I just didn't. So, but no, I guess it worked out very well. And, you know, speaking of Darly, actually, his videos have been taken down again. I mean, he brought his account back, and then he took him down again. He took down his videos. He even renamed his channel, which he told me last time why he did that, which I don't know if it's for the same reason, but I don't know, kind of weird. And obviously, I'm not going to reveal why, but I don't know why he took it down again. And you might be wondering, Radz, why you even mention this? We don't give two shits about this guy named Darly. Well, it is sort of important to the story. Some of Darly's videos are important, and I'm not just talking about Tungsten SMP or Aqua Inforundum from his POV, even though they would add a lot to the story. There's this other video that I can't reveal that does explain like a huge, or maybe not a huge plot point, but like a pretty, like if you had the video, you could probably connect the dots and understand a certain plot point in Radz Lore. I can't say, but it's something that's been going on in the background if you've been paying attention. One of Darly's videos explains that in a way, but they're gone now. So, I mean, Darly, if you're watching this, unlist them or something. At least give me the videos if you're not going to use them. Like, unlist them or give me them. So, I mean, I need them, Darly, please. Please, Darly, please. I don't know. Hopefully he listens to me. I need them videos. Oh, so talking about videos, you want to know what happened? I got f***ing copyrighted. I've mentioned this before, but I do not like getting copyrighted. Not because I ever think I'm going to get monetization or it's going to be, or they're going to terminate my channel. I don't like it because it just pisses me off every single time. Because I don't like it. I look through my videos, I see, okay, no restrictions, no violations, and then I see this little stupid exclamation mark saying, hey, you got copyrighted. And I'm like, what the hell? Why? It turns out one of the music were copyrighted, even though I've been using the same music for like months. It wasn't copyrighted, and then it just randomly copyrighted. I mean, I'm a new YouTuber. This has probably been an issue going on for a long time, and I'm just joining the party, but I don't know, stupid annoying. So, but luckily they do have a feature where like you can mute the old audio and replace it with something new, and I guess it made it a little bit better. So it was in some scenes, but not the whole episode. So it's still watchable. Don't worry. It just made me mad. But now let's get into some fun facts, you know? Bartender Radz. Hold on. Bartender Radz. Which one's that one again? I'm just kidding. It's this guy right here. I did give him a different sort of nickname, I guess you could say. Can I copy that? Oh, I can. I did give him the nickname Bart in the episode. If you noticed, oh, I forgot you need glow. But I named him Bart because, I don't know, Bartender. It was briefly mentioned in a scene where Aqua and Wild Radz were talking in the battle. I didn't name him that. However, I'm not sure if I want to stick to that because, like, I'm not sure. It doesn't sound right. And I always think of The Simpsons, so. Also, there was two. I also made like a couple references in this video. Not a lot. Like very brief references. One reference is that no one's ever gonna get. It's just a reference for me. But there's this other thing I had where there was two cats. I think it was Carter and Trader Radz. They had two cats. Let me see if I can get the models for them. Okay, here we go. So there was two cats. I named them in the episode. Actually, there was a little bit of cats mentioned. I think there was like 4 different times cats were mentioned. One was Magma. One was the black cat. book Ford Radz had, and then these two cats. I don't know if anyone knows their names, but I did give them the names. I think this one's Cat and this one's Kit. Oh, no, this one's Kit. No, this one's Kit. I'm not even kidding. This always happens. I can't confuse their names. I think this one's Kit and this one's Cat, which, I mean, if you put them together, Kit Kat, get it like a Kit Kat bar. If you're wondering, Radz, why did you do that? That was the most unfunny joke I've ever heard. But because a while ago, while I was making this episode, I was laying on my bed one night and I was like thinking, like, wow, this episode, what could I do? There needs to be some sort of a more emulsion. And then I thought of this one friend I had back in, I don't even remember. I think it might have been elementary school. I briefly went over to his house one time and he had two cats. I don't think they were the same color as these, but they're both named Kit and Cat, which I'm like, oh, that's really creative. It's like Kit Kat. And he was like, yeah, because they both also sound like cat names, like Cat and then Kit. It's like Kitty and like Catty, or no, Cat. It's just Cat. I don't know. I'm like, that's really creative, and I completely forgot about that. And then it also reminded me of this other time I went to like New York when I was like 6, I think. I don't know. It was one of those early times I was younger, and then we went to this like one little convenience store, and it had like a bunch of freaking cats. And like, I'm not even kidding. I think my mom was allergic to cats, so we didn't really stay long, but I wasn't. So it was like, oh dude, there was like so many cats there, and it was adorable. I loved that place. And I was thinking of both of those times, and I'm like, dude, what if I incorporate them into Radz Lore? So I mean, I think those are literally the only weapons I have, like Kit Kat bars. I'm gonna put them over here on the side, you know what I mean? I forgot which one owns which. Well, I think, well, he's dead, so you own both of them. Congrats. There we go. They're both alive, don't worry. But he owns them both. They're there now, so I mean, they're cool. I like that reference because they're sort of, they remind me of my friend, which if you're wondering where he is now, I don't know. He's gone. But no, those are the only two references I'll ever admit to ever having. But pretty clever, I know, right? But you know, while we're here at the characters, I should reveal some more characters because I think some people are confused about what their names are, and I think I'm just gonna put every single one. So you know, give me a second. I'm gonna do it. All right. So let's go to Smith. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Woo! There. Was that cool? I'm not sure if it was. But no, I got like pretty much every single character that you would need to know the name of. If they're not here, then I've mentioned them in another Radz Lore episode. Please go check them out. I'll try to go past these quickly. Yeah, okay, so how'd I do this? This one, Inner Radz. Should know this. I mean, I guess you could do full name Inner Radiant Plays, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, hold on. This one, Tungsten Radz, from my series Tungsten SMP, which I keep recommending people to go watch it. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's really good, I swear. This one right here, I mean, this one's Wildcards Radz, but I usually like to simple it to Wildcards Radz. In the scripts, I call him Wild Radz because, like, I don't know, it's easier to write, but you call him WC Radz, so it works. Yeah, I don't know where he's looking at. What are you looking at, buddy? Okay. This one right here, this one's Aqua Radz from Aqua Ferundum, but Aqua Radz is just shorter and easier, so yeah. This guy right here, Engineer Radz. Okay, I think I know how to spell it. I spelled it right. Yeah, Engineer Radz. This guy, he had a friend called Core Radz, which I've mentioned this in literally another episode, or another Radz Lore update. I've told you guys his name before, but just in case, he is Warden Radz, so you don't forget. Not Warden Radz, or yeah, I mean, yeah, this guy, he's a little bit different. He's Mr. Berry, and if you're wondering why his name is Mr. Berry, well, he's based off of an old avatar or skin or whatever I used to have in my YouTube shorts. You can go look at it if you want. It's also on my TikTok, which is in my description. I don't use that anymore though. But no, my old username used to be Mr. Berry, which I mean, I don't know why, but you know. Now here we are to these guys. These guys, I don't know, they have a few different names, but I think I called them the overall group, you know how the conscripts are the conscripts. These guys are the Break Line Regiment. I don't know how to say it. I think that's how you say it. The Break Line though. This guy right here, I actually forgot his name. Well, I didn't forget. His name is Flint Striker, which his main job was to, or actually, he's just Flint Striker. They don't have Radz at the end of them because, I don't know, they don't like having Radz at the end of them. They're just Flint Striker. He has this one mainly because, I don't know, I think it was meant to be able to block through the flints and the ash that comes from when they explode houses. He's pretty cool. It does come with a little open hatch, which I made. Yeah, no, nothing too special about that guy. He does come with 2 different versions, one having a musket, one having a blunderbuss, or I don't know if that's how you say it or whatever, but this guy right here, this one, I used him the most when it comes to, like, brutal deaths. I used him the most for some reason, but he is Blast Cutter Radz, because, well, he's meant to not Blast Cutter, it's just Blast Cutter. Mainly because he's supposed to, you know, cut through the blast. You know what I mean? Like the blast, which is why he has the mask, even though they don't have. That's what the mask. I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. Okay, but that's what the masks work, just so he can survive them. And this guy is actually my favorite. I like him the most. I think I named him Death Shot. I was gonna name him Dead Shot. Death Shot or Death? Hold on. Yeah, his name's Death Shot because I usually one called Dead Shot, which I mean, that's similar to someone else. I mean, yeah. This guy, I forgot to use him most of the episode, but he was slightly faster. I don't know why, but Torch Runner, he's meant to run with the fire and like blow stuff up, but never happened in the episode. So his name's kind of inaccurate now. So cool, yeah. Oh, this guy, he's the captain of them all. There's only one of them. These guys have their own clones, multiple groups of their clones, but he's only the only one, and he's called the Hell Captain. Hell Captain. Yes. Now, yeah. Now this guy, yeah, I put him in a tactical dress. If you're wondering why, because not just because I thought it was funny, but because like I've seen an actual tactical dress online, and it looked pretty cool, honestly. That's why I dressed him like this. He used to look like this. I'll put it on screen. Same character. So, but in the scripts, he was the lieutenant, and he's now the general. So I'm gonna name him Liu General. Is that how you spell general? I can't put anymore. But it's Liu General Radz. That's what he is. So pretty long name, but that's who he is. I don't know what happened to him. I mean, honestly, I think it was in another scene. I don't remember. I don't even remember how a scene got in. Like I was editing the video, and there's this one clip of him getting like taken away by something. I don't even remember that scene at all, dude. It's not even in my like mods. I didn't even make that, honestly, dude. But I still edited it. I don't care. Now this guy, he's a little different. He was the Elder Radz, so I'm gonna put him as Elder Radz, which the reason there's quotations because he's not really the Elder. Spoiler alert. He used to look like this, but he took over the identity. Go figures. Now these two are not the same. They are a little bit different than the other clones they are based off of. How long is this episode so far? Dear God, he's a little different. Now, excuse me, but he's a little different. His name is a little different than the other ones. He comes from the Executioner Grads group, but he's the same one that if you look at Dead Floors, same guy, by the way, same guy that he like freaked out over Tungsten Radz. So I named him Executioner Radz. As you might be wondering, well, what's so different? EXE, like, you know, the EXE, like the evil, the 2010 thing, you know? Executioner Radz, but that's how you distinguish him. He's also a little bit, these two things are also brighter. You can't see because it's not dark, but it's there. Also, I did change it so you can see that the other Radzes are glowing. So, okay. Now, this guy's a little different. His name is, oh my crap. He comes from the Striker Radz group, which is just Striker Radz, which is the only one that survived too. Yeah, and also the little two copper guys, or no, the little golems, which I said before that I would be letting people name them. I only got 2 suggestions from them. One of them was my friends, and one was anonymous that was on my Radz box. I think the Radz box one said they want to name one Bob and one Rob, which I thought, all right, simple, easy. And then I think Crab put him as, put both of them. I mean, they don't really have genders, but he named Bronze for the copper one, and I think Silver for the other one, because I don't know. I think he put he put science into logic, which obviously I like those ones the most. It makes more sense. So, however, not to like disrespect the person who made the Bob and Rob name, I'm going to be referencing them. I'll be referencing them as slightly as their names. So Bob and Rob will be mentioned as their names at one point, but it won't be their official names. I think this one was Bronze, and this one will be Silver. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I got them right, unless I didn't. So yeah, he put actual like science into why their names are that, but they're really short. Yeah, but I think that's all of them. If you have any other questions on any characters that like do not matter, yeah. Also, I did give them a little silly name. I forgot that I briefly mentioned them having different names. This guy, I think in an episode I gave him the name of Trey. That's what Carter called him once, because it's like a nickname to Trader. And also over here in the episode Wild Bits Radz, he also gets called Cardo by the other ones, by the other villagers, because they don't know of his other name. So his name's Cardo. which doesn't really match that. Okay, Cardo Radz. That's what the other villagers or members call him. Tungsten Radz. He doesn't have a name yet. Any other ones I'm missing that have nicknames? I don't think so. I don't know if you noticed, but some of their names are green, which, I mean, I'm a little confused why. I mean, last time I remember, the last episode did end a little differently, so let's make a quick change real quick. There we go. Isn't that a little more accurate? Let's see here. He got shot brutally. He survived, I guess. He's thinking about his life. His hands got shot off. His hand got shot off, but he got a hook, so I guess they both got shot in the chest. I just realized that. Huh. What are the chances of that? Yeah, they're both dead. His head got blown off. He's thinking about his life. He's meditating and thinking about everything that's bad. He got shot, but he's okay. He's thinking about his life. He's crying. The guys are okay. He's dead. Colin got shot, but he's all right in the ear. Yeah, he's good. These guys, they're also fine. Yeah, he has that. Okay. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. The original clones of these guys aren't dead, but even though a lot of their clones died, the original clones they come from aren't dead, so they're technically still alive. There's only one of him though, so he's dead. I don't know what happened to him. He's dead though. He fell. He died when the the bridge collapsed of the house. They both died by tungsten because I don't know, he's a freak, and these guys are still good, so that's good. Yeah, no, it's all of them. If there's any other questions, yeah, we're gonna move on. We've been here way too long. Let's go. Anyways, let's move on to, behind Radz Lore. Everything's been a lot. This whole arc has been about a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? In total, I actually have planned for how many arcs there's going to be. I mean, also with how many episodes there's going to be, I'm not really sure. But I did say before that these are going to be separated into arcs, and how many arcs there's going to be is, drumroll please, 3. There's going to be 3. I mean, that's not including this one, or no, that's including this one. So there's going to be 2 left. So 2 arcs left. The next one's going to be arc 2, and then after that, there's going to be arc 3. I don't think they're going to have the same amount of episodes as this one, but I mean, this whole arc has been honestly a test run to see if people like it. You know how there's like, sometimes there's like pilots and like new shows and stuff. They like do a test run to see if it's good. This one's for me, except the whole arc was just a test run, so the whole pilot. I'm out of breath. But I know there's gonna be 3 of them, which is exciting. I mean, I'm not gonna talk. I'll talk more about them in a little bit. But if I had the chance to change one thing about Radz Lore, I mean, this whole pilot arc or whatever, if I had to change it, it'd be so like I didn't just explain literally every single lore just by sitting down and talking to you, basically, because that's what happened a little bit. I don't know if it's noticeable, but that's sort of what happened. So unfortunate, I know, but I'll do less of that in the next one, and I'll try to structure it a little bit better. And I mean, even then, I mean, all these characters, I mean, they're all cool. Honestly, I've also noticed that like I've started to treat these characters more as characters rather than just differently dressed versions of myself, because they're all me in a way, but they're different versions of me that I'm actually treating them like characters. They all have their own emotions, and I'm treating them more as characters than just me talking to myself in different fonts. And something else I finished scripting in Radz Lore is the entire universe of it, because originally I was like a little bit confused about how the universe of Radz Lore works, but I think I finally figured it out. Yeah, I figured it out completely. And obviously I'm not going to reveal it. A little bit will be explained in the next arc, not too much, but a little bit. I figured it out, and I think I made it in a way so like literally like everything is like canon to Radz Lore in a way. Like even stuff that's not Minecraft related, but mostly Minecraft stuff, but pretty much everything is canon to Radz Lore now. So congrats, you're canon to Radz Lore. Except Radz Lore itself. Like the series is not canon in Radz Lore. Radz Lore doesn't exist in the universe of Radz Lore, if that makes sense. I figured it out. I'm not gonna explain it yet, but one day. I've also done some like test scriptings, and I'm thinking about like what's gonna happen in the future, mainly because I don't know what's happening, honestly. Because as you know, I've been in another few servers that I don't know what's going on with, and they're technically world clones. I guess there's First Light SMP Radz and Elysian SMP Radz, which I don't know what to do with their characters. I would interpolate them into the story in some way, except I don't know what's going on with the servers right now. I mean, First Light SMP, I don't think Darlis making videos again. I mean, hopefully he does. I mean, hopefully he at least gives me all the videos or unlists them. And Elysian SMP, people have been quiet for like ever, and I haven't seen anybody do anything about Elysian SMP, which is a little bit confusing because I've seen so many people in the server who were so excited to do it. I mean, they were making their own lore and their own stories, and it seemed really cool, but then it just stopped. Like, it's been quiet like for months. And I don't know what's happening then. If the server ends, then I don't know what I'm gonna do with the world rads of Elysian SMP. I mean, I might not even use First Light or Elysian SMP rads in Radz Lore because, like, the only reason I used Aqua rads is because, well, he had like 4 episodes and enough story for him to become a character. And I think 4 episodes is just enough. And they don't even, and the other servers don't even have 4 episodes. I mean, I don't know. It's not enough yet, so unfortunate. But I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, so I guess we're going to have to figure it out. But again, when I'm planning for the future, when I'm doing scriptings of the future, I do need to know quick, because I think from now on, I'm going to be scripting 2 to 4 episodes ahead. So usually I just script, and I have an overall idea of what I want to happen in the next episode, and then I don't know, I just run for it and hope for the best. But I am going to start overall script planning for what I want to happen in each episode. And if you guys want any ideas or anyone wants to be involved in Radz Lore, please let me know your ideas. It can either be in the, the quiz that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, or it can be in my Radz box, which again, that's also there. No one's really been using it, but it's there just in case. But if you ever want to recommend any idea for Radz Lore, you should do it within the next month or so, because that's when I'm going to start writing the next, I guess, scripts of what's going to happen. And of course, if there's like, let's say I'm like halfway into the next arc and like one of my friends says, hey, do you think I can be involved somehow, even though I'd never planned for that to happen? I'd be like, you know what, sure, I'll interpolate a scene, because that's what happened in Parallax. I mean, I did a scene with the game, and the scene of Interradz going into the upper room was never meant to happen, but I made it work just so I could show off that scene, so that's what I can do. But of course, I'd recommend to do it sooner than later, so I can like still, if it's possible, to smoothly make it happen, like to smoothly bring it in, than just out of nowhere, you know what I mean? But out of nowhere still works pretty well, so I don't know, sooner is better, but if you want to do it late, then do it late. Oh well. Also, due to my recent episode, I have been getting a lot more subscribers and a lot more views, so I did make a sort of resolution, I think last year, the last day of 2025, that had goals. But let me look back at them. Yeah, I said my goal at the beginning of last year was to reach 200 subscribers, which I've pretty much doubled. It's now almost 400. It might be 400 by the time you see this, but I'm not sure. And also get the total view count of the channel to 15,000 views. And maybe my first hate comment, but maybe not. But of course, since then it's changed a lot, and now I have now I have 21,000 views, which is 5,000 more than I originally targeted for, and 380 subscribers. So hello, welcome back to the purple room. Yep, that's right. I decide what the name is after all of the editing, but hey, welcome back. So basically, this next part, I said I wanted to get some new goals, since in my, my old video for 2025, I said that I wanted new ones, and those goals were to reach 200 subscribers and I think 15,000 views. I don't remember, but I believe we've already surpassed them. I'm almost already at 500, and I mean we've already passed that. So, however, in this next goal, in the time that I was editing the video, I said I wanted my goal to be 500 subscribers. But as I'm recording this, I'm already at 500 subscribers. We might already be at 500 subscribers when you're seeing this, which that's already crazy. I didn't expect the video to keep growing, but it is. So I think my new goal now is going to be 20,000 views, total views in the entire channel. And this is a big one, 1,000 subscribers. Now, I know that is a lot to get to, but we still have like half a year left, and I think we can honestly make it if I just keep posting a few more Radz Lore videos and, keep pushing them out, and I think I can make it to 1,000 subscribers. So it's a pretty big goal. The reason I chose the 200 subscribers the last time was because it was a pretty big goal for me at the time. I mean, I didn't grow much subscribers, so, but now this one's a bigger goal. I don't know. Hopefully I'm not asking for too much, but I think it should be enough, for 1,000 subscribers and 20,000 total views. Still a lot to get to, but that's why we still have half a year left. So I think the amazing audience I am growing, I think we can honestly make it. So, no, thank you, and that's it. Purple room is out. I don't know if I'm going to show up again. If not, then goodbye. Woo! But yeah, I did mention before in the past that this was the finale, or the finale arc of this one, and I did say now that there's gonna be two more arcs, in total 3. And this one I have an arc that I call this arc, the finale one. Give me another drum roll, please. This one is called the Awakening arc. Yes, I call this the Awakening arc because a lot of truths come out during this whole arc. I mean, a lot of people learn the truth. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the episodes. So yes, this is called the Awakening arc. The next arc, I can't reveal what the name is going to be, obviously, but once the arc is over, I will reveal what it is. So yeah, this is the Awakening arc, and it's over now, finale. And each arc, the next 2 arcs, they're gonna have different sort of main characters and sort of different villains. Of course, in our Radz is always gonna be an overall, villain of Radz Lore. He's always gonna be there. He's always gonna be a villain. There will be someone else that will be taking over villain, and maybe you've already seen them. Maybe you've already can guess who it's gonna be, but obviously I can't reveal it. I mean, I don't know. You'll see though. You'll see. And there will be obviously new main characters too, because I think this one was more focused on Tungsten Radz. So maybe it'll focus more on I actually do not know which one's going to be the main character specifically. I think probably Wildcards Radz will play a bigger role, but not too much. Maybe Aqua Radz too, but less Tungsten Radz. He's still going to be there, but not as main character focused. And speaking of arc 2, the next arc that you will be seeing will be more village focused, meaning what I mean by that is you're going to be focusing more on the villagers, the little group of villagers, focused on them rather than the inner, you know what I mean? Because you've been learning about a bit of both words in the Awakening arc, but this one, you're gonna be focusing on these guys basically more, Tungsten Radz, Wild Radz, some of these guys, basically gonna be focusing on them more, in this next arc. And obviously you'll still learn about the inner and stuff, but it's gonna be more focused on them this arc. And then arc 3 will be focused more on the inner and what's been happening in the past and basically all that, so we'll see. And I did say before that these next arcs, I'm not sure how many episodes I want there to be. I want there to be more than 8 for sure. I think maybe 10 for each arc, maybe 12. I'm not sure. I still need to write these down, so I'm not 100% sure, but either it's going to be 10 or 12 for each of them. So I don't know, but we'll see. They might both be 10. They might both be 12. We're not sure yet. So we're not sure. Like I'm being helped. So I'm going to be trying this next arc when I'm writing it. I think this one might have a little more horror in it. You know what I mean? I'm going to be trying to write horror. I'm usually bad at writing horror, so I can't write that. But if I manage to succeed and people are unsettled, then I'm going to try doing romance. Yeah, that's true. I'm going to try romance if I succeed in horror. No. I'm just kidding, guys. Come on. There's never going to be romance in Radz Lore. Come on now. But those are the 2 things I usually suck at. But horror is going to be one of them I'm going to be trying to write. Also, I might just stick to simple animation from now on, because this recent episode I did do a lot of I try to push my limits, and to limits that I'm not ready to have yet. I tried to do full fight scenes and it didn't turn out to look the best. So I'm going to try sticking to simple animations for now and not do anything too advanced. And simple animations look pretty good, but we'll see. And also there won't be any filler episodes, because each episode's going to be pretty important and I don't want to fill it in with random stuff that doesn't matter. Maybe filler scenes occasionally, but no filler episodes, Because I did use 2 new versions of BBS, the BBS FS version and BBS CML, which I've been using BBS CML for a while now, but I use BBS because it has BBS FS because it has mods, and the biggest one being physics. I don't want to switch versions right now and show off the physics, but it was used in both the little scene where Colin and Cooker Radz are running together. Those are physics. You can even see their arms sway a little bit, but that's it. I used some of those physics, and it's really good. It's really good for making Radz Lore. However, CML edition's just better for making the recordings, so that's going to be sticking to. However, if I need to make more advanced animations, BBSFS is pretty good too. I also got a new mod that's really good. It's the IRLights Mod. This happened while I was making it, and I think it needs to be nighttime for this. So time set night. Let me show you this mod. This one's really cool. I'll show you it, and it was used briefly. So let's say you want this can be used in thumbnails too. It's not just censor everything, it's fine. This could be used in thumbnails too. I think I'm going to start using it in my new thumbnail. So we're going to be saying, all right, and look at this. Do you see that? That is an actual spotlight, and in advance you can edit it And look at this. You can stand in front of it. Like, whoa, look at that. And it works for like all sorts of things. It sometimes glitches out like with this hat. Or actually, wait, no, the hat's fine. Last time I tried it, it glitched out, but I guess it's fine now. Look, that is sick though. I mean, you can even change the color. I mean, look at this. You can change it to like red, blue, anything. I don't know. Make the beam stronger. Make the animation. It is a really cool mod. It adds like spotlights and beams and like point lights, which I did use briefly in some parts of the episode, which looked really good. I mean, look, I kind of like this. It looks really nice. Also, I did use a different shader pack, which is why I used the shader pack, because I used the like complementary just for the normal one, but I use complementary reimagined now because that was the only one that had support. Yeah, what the hell? Why is there a wall here? Huh. Yeah. But now that you're here, I want to mention how this is not an ARG. I mean, this is like the second time this has happened. But no, I've seen the comments again, people calling this an ARG. And if you watch this and you watch that one, it's not an ARG. All right, I've explained this so many times. I cannot do ARGs, like, because if I did ARGs, like, you have to be like smart for that. And I've told everyone I'm not smart for that. My IQ is too small for that. You have to be a mastermind genius. And again, I'm not an ARG. I get how like maybe the thumbnail and title could seem ARG-ish, but it's not. It's not ARG at all. I mean, I don't even know how I would do that. I don't know how any of that stuff works. And I need to teach you guys this. An ARG is like, you have to solve an overall mystery by going through different parts of the internet, putting together puzzles, like a puzzle mystery on the internet. This is not a mystery. It's just a series I make, okay? So it's not an ARG. I did originally want to put it in the beginning of the video that it's not an ARG, but I feel like most people click onto it thinking it's an ARG, and then they stay seeing that, oh, it's not an ARG, but still seems cool. I'm going to watch it. So I guess I'm always going to label the videos how they are, not purposely trying to mislead people, but that's how I've always labeled them. So they can click and they see that it's not an ARG, they can click off. But if they want to stay, then that's fine, all right? But it's not an ARG, all right, guys? It never will be an ARG. Sorry. I also started scripting some future episode ideas that I'm going to use, that I've already planned some characters, like, overall story. I even made, like, an episode title name. It's the only one I made, but I would be giving you guys that teaser, the overall title name that's for the next episode. All right, you guys ready? Because you're not going to understand it now, and you can't even solve it, but in the future, it'll come out and you'll be like, oh, that's what that stood for. So the next episode title that will stand for as, like, this is just abbreviated, AFOABCH. Now, you don't know what that, like, stands for, but one day you will, all right? And also, next thing I'm planning about scripting, one unique thing that I think I'm going to do is have multiple endings to Radz Lore. And you might be wondering, why would you do that? Well, I just think it would be interesting to see how multiple things, how it could be perceived in many different ways. So there's going to be about, I'm not even sure. I think right now there's going to be a total of 3. I'm thinking 4, but I forgot what the 4th ending would be. Only one of them will be canon, though, of course. The other 2 are just like sort of possibilities of what would happen if this and what would happen if that happened. And I can't say what it's going to be, but there are going to be 3 different ones. Only one of them is canon, though, and that's what's going to happen at the end of Arc 3, which happens. That's the only canon one. But then I'll just make different videos showing off what the different endings would be like. So, yeah. Also, while we're here, I want to congratulate Corrupted Storms for reaching 1,000 views. It finally got to 1,000 views. So, yay, Corrupted Storms. I mean, I was so hyped when I got to 800 views, but this one got really good. So, thank you guys so much. And also, I want to talk about like Radz again. As you can see, I gave him this new outfit. And I like it. Yeah, I think it fits him pretty well. However, you see what I mean? I kind of miss his old one. It's a little more simple, and it does, like, not too overwhelming. I mean, this one's still cool, but I wanted to ask, do you guys like the old one better or the new one better? Because, I mean, either way, I'm fine either way, but the old one does bring little memories back. But if like, literally more than, like, 2 people comment on this video saying they like the old one better, I'll bring it back somehow. But if they don't and they like the new one better and they say it's better to keep it that way, then cool. That's also fine. But I don't know. This one's pretty cool. Obviously, I like the new one, but I'm literally making it your guys' choice if you want the old one back. But I think it's cool either way. So I've been thinking about this other thing where I've thought about, like, you know, some old Radz Lore episodes have made mistakes. And I'm thinking about, like, what if I go back and re-edit them, like make the video again with the new shaders, with the new animations, and like basically just redo all of Radz Lore again, just like make it again and then make it into one collage of the Awakening arc. You know what I mean? into one big long video. So if people ever like, if Radz Lore ever got like super popular, people could just go to that video and see it without any of the mistakes. And I'm thinking about doing it, but I'm not sure if I really should, since it would take a little bit of time, not too much, but quite a bit of time. And I'm not sure when I would do it, probably before the next episode, but I know people already want the next episode and they're already fine with how the old episodes are. So if you guys want me to do that, let me know. I mean, seriously, I don't want anyone to go in the comments and not answer this question. It's very important. Please let me know if there should be one. Another back to the scripting of the next episode, or of the next episodes of Arc 2. I want to clarify, you guys don't happen to have arachnophobia, do you? Right? Like, you're not afraid of spiders or anything for the next arc? I just want to know. But no, I think this is like, we're pretty much wrapping up the end. And one last thing I want to mention that I've made a community post about is that my old gaming chair has broken. Yep. It broke, unfortunately. Yeah, I know a lot of you care so much. It's rest in peace. I've had it since like the beginning of like my career on here. I have a photo, I have a community post, but it broke finally. Like, it's just been wearing down. I think one time when I was in Wildcards Remastered, Darly like got me so pissed off. I don't think Darly pissed me off, but I think I just gotta like, I wasn't like so mad to where I wanted to, like, hated Darly, but I don't know, I did something that revolved around Darly, and I threw my chair and it made this squeaking noise. And it just made that squeaking noise forever. And sometimes if you look at my videos, you can hear it in the background squeaking. So yeah. And then one time I was on a call with like one of my friends, Game247, one of my other friends, Comical Crab, and I don't know, we were talking, and then Crab said, "I want you to bust a move." I don't remember like the context of how we got to that moment. I'm like, yeah, you know, fine. So I started to dance, and then I tripped, and then I fell onto the arm of my chair, and it broke. It fell off. Like, I know it doesn't sound very funny right now, but if you were there, it was hilarious, I swear. And it just broke off, and I had to have a hangling arm there for a while, and I broke it off. And I still have the arm of the chair still next to me, just for memories. I still have it, and you know, nah, it's just broken now. And I got a new one that doesn't really squeak, but it's frozen, so I mean, you can't really hear it. But no, I got a new one, and it's fine. So yeah, no. But anyways, that's literally everything. This video is probably really long, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it shorter and trying to make at least my videos more entertaining. But no, the next few videos I'll be making is the finale for Cerberus and P's arc, which is different, and then also my new horror series I made with Darly. There's going to be quite a few videos since I had a community post talking about how they wanted an overall new series, posting every single horror session I've had with Darly, and we're going to be making a new series off of it. So sweet. But no, Darly, again, if you're seeing this, please give me the videos. But anyways, nope, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and if you have anything else to say or want to let me know, please take the quiz, and please answer honestly and only take it once. Thank you guys so much, and that should be it. Goodbye. I didn't think of something creative and funny to do.